y'all's John Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, so lately I've been jumping back into gaming again, and I picked up Diablo 3. Went back to play it again, yeah. And at first I'm like, you know what? I've done this, done that. This time I was on console because I originally played it back in the day on the PC with all my family and friends. Like we would just get together, we'd do a little gaming session, multiplayer, and so the game did. First of all, Blizzard did an amazing job converting that game into console. It just felt so good. The next thing I know, boom, a couple days later, I beat the whole thing. I'm like, I need some more RPG in my blood. And lo and behold, in this last week, all the rage is around this new game called Lost Ark. Like over 1 million concurrent players are on this game playing it right now. Now, what that means, when I say concurrent, it means 1 million people at the same time are playing this game. What? And I'm like, what is this? You got to Google up. Wait a minute, this is not even a new game. This game came out a couple years ago in South Korea. It was huge there. And now it's coming to the U.S. Amazon's taking the publishing rights. And it's shocking to me, actually. I'm a bit surprised because, like in the U.S., people don't like games that are too grindy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go play games from Asia, particularly from South Korea and from China, those free-to-play games, you have to grind forever, which means you got to go do a quest where you're collecting 50 flower pots and then go kill 80 of these monsters and then go deliver this quest and go do that like 1 million times just to level up. Okay. Right? They also have this dynamic where it's kind of like play to win, where, if you want to advance faster or get stronger, you pay to get better gear. And American gamers, at least what seems like a vocal minority, are always up in arms, go like, I don't want that. No, that sucks. But lo and behold, people are like, they're loving this. In fact, they're not even just saying they were loving it. They're like, I can't even believe it myself, but this game is good.
It's different then. What is it that it clicks with American
It's a good question, because I really haven't played it yet. And apparently there's a long queue, and I don't even want to wait, so I'm going to wait till it dies down in about a week. But what I'm hearing consistently is that there's a lot of depth to it. In other words, there's so many things you can do. Just wander around forever, doing this, doing that, doing that. So it's very immersive. But I think it's just a very beautifully done game. These games from Asia now are, you can't say like one country dominates the world in gaming before. Like I remember back when I was growing up, Japan always made the best games, and then that really shifted towards the Western game developers, and now some of the best developers in the world today are in South Korea, and they invest so much money into these games to the point where the government actually helps fund a lot of these game companies, actually entertainment industry in general, including K-pop. So they have all this extra money to really pump it up and to really make them look great. But you know what? You could say that games like this are everywhere in the world, right? They put a lot of money into it. There's a lot of things to do. There must be something else here that is really well designed. And I think my sense is by just looking at this, right? And I think this is how what gamers in the U.S. love. And there's a very distinct sort of difference between, say, American-based gamers and even Japanese gamers. Like if you play games from Japan, the games tend to be very linear, meaning that you start it, you kind of have to play it level by level and progress in a way that the developers wanted you to play. Okay. And American gamers, Western gamers love it when you don't have things sort of just that linear. You can kind of go do whatever. Lots of choices, lots of variability. And that's the one thing I think about this game that really stands out, that even if you create a character, so many subclasses you can go build, you can customize in so many different ways. And it feels like the endless sort of variety of being able to create and do what you want.
Right. Be creative and have freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the one thing I have to say, when I was playing Diablo 3, I didn't feel that. And that's why I kind of felt like it was last generation. And it is an older game, like Diablo 3. Can you believe it? It's 10 years since they last made this game. But, games of that flavor where you have a very sort of set track of how you progress. And even though that game has a lot of randomized dungeon, I think today gamers want more open-ended. That's why games like Elder Scrolls do really well, right? And that's the direction I think it's going. It's just a lot of variation in terms of how a game can progress. That's just my initial assessment, but we'll see. I don't know if I got
Let us
the
know.
time to do it, play this game, but I don't know, baby. It looks like a lot of fun. Maybe we should play together.
Okay, let me see. Let me see this trailer.
How about this? Let's watch the cinematic trailer. This came out in 2018. Nobody saw this from like back in the day. No one even cared. This gives you kind of a sense of like, you know, where the bar was even from back then. So mind you, this technology is a couple years old, so it's not like it's the latest and greatest graphics. It's just that's how far graphics has come, where it's almost a non-issue now. Everything can look amazing today. So
There you go.
let's see.
All
I'm
right,
willing to bet
all right.
cinematic. It's gonna be crazy good. By the way, if you want some cool commentary, check out my podcast.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show
And let's beat this algorithm.
and smash that like button.
All right, and away we go. Oh, this is not CGI. Oh, wait a minute. This is CGI.
Love the soundtrack. Wow.
It is very beautiful. Soundtrack is like evolved from guitar riffs to Chinese style to Lord of the Rings. She almost hit that woman with her dirty feet. Joker.
Different version of Joker.
어둠 속으로 숨어들었던 악마들이 다시 움직이고 있어요. 오래전 악마로부터 세상을 구했던 힘, 아카가 필요합니다.
You know, it's got the feel of the very first World of Warcraft trailer I saw, where they're just showing all the different worlds and different characters, kind of setting the tone. So the ship travel, it looks like. I'm guessing it's a very big game. Show off.
Wow. Oh, she has
Yeah,
power. Wow. She's very elegant, even when she's fighting.
Is that necessary now?
I know, I'm like, why? Aren't they dead already?
That's a hell of a power. Like Darkseid's vision. The characters are way too pretty to be
I
fighting.
know, they're so handsome.
They should be in some sort of soap opera.
Portal. Aww.
I'm speechless. It led it on such a dramatic note. I'm like, I thought there would be something more, but no, I guess you're just saying
He's the only one that
war
survived.
sucks. War sucks.
Why?
Beautifully done. Again, I could tell already, like, here's the thing, right, with technology and CGI. There are certain things that CGI renders really well and it holds up well over time. So scenery, right, fantastical elements, special effects, ships, houses, things like that. Stuff like that still looks freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't look as great is like the human faces. Like since 2008, which is about 5 years now, right? It's they progressed a lot in terms of how they can make skin texture look that much more realistic. And this isn't even just about textures. There's the way they do some things with the subsurface, which is like how skin looks underneath the skin that kind of provides that sort of translucence effect. So it doesn't look waxy. You can kind of tell, like even in this, and it's kind of anime-ish in design. So it's not meant to be that ultra realistic. But if you go and look at a number of these trailers in the newest games that come out today, even with the anime look, it's shockingly like more detailed, more realistic. Yeah. But nonetheless, got me excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the characters.
Yeah. Very Asian. And I don't know what it is about that aesthetic, because Japan had made such an impact with its style and its cartoons and its, designs throughout Asia for decades now. So there's a lot of that influence. But with these recent games, especially from South Korea, there's kind of a halfway point between that and the Western world. So you have outfits that have very much inspired by, like, if you played enough of Blizzard games, right? Has very much of that Blizzard aesthetic, but a lot of Eastern influences, like the Chinese cheap-how dresses, right? And that kind of design. So it's a really cool meld, and it's very beautiful when you can have that level of detail that's infused throughout. So I really look forward to it. I like that kind of design.
Are you going to play?
You know what? I think I actually might. This is the kind of game that I feel like, unlike World of Warcraft, which is a true MMORPG, like I tried to get back into it recently. My brother keeps going back. I played for about 2 or 3 days. I'm like, I can't remember my keys. I can't remember where I was. I don't know what the F I was doing before. So it's not even fun, like, if you don't play regularly. But RPGs are kind of meant to, like, jump in real fast. So you just go and kill a couple of enemies, and it's fun. Like, just constantly progress and like that. This seems like the kind of game like that. So that's why I think you actually like it too. You just tap a couple buttons and mow down a million enemies, and it looks cool.
Okay.
So
all right.
maybe we'll jump into it. We haven't played a
Okay.
game together in a while.
Yeah.